Hello, everyone.
Hi!
Welcome to
See you real soon.
This week, we're going to have a brief episode as we bring you a quick restaurant review.
That's right. So this week we're going to bring you to Disney's Polynesian Resort, and we're going to talk about Ohana's dinner.
Dinner at Ohana, it runs between 5 and 10 p.m.
It's an all-you-can-eat Brazilian steak kind of style thing.
It's almost like a buffet, but they bring it to you. It's served family style.
Family style, that's the word I was looking for, which is actually what Ohana means. Ohana is family in Polynesian.
Or Hawaiian, something like that. Ohana is a restaurant you definitely want to make reservations for if you plan on going. It can fill up to maybe 3, 4, 5 months before the date. Sometimes 180 days is the best time to make a reservation. As the day goes on, Ohana tends to seat later than its reservation time, if that makes sense. So if you have a 5:30 reservation, since the restaurant opens at 5, it's going to be pretty much on time. But if you have like an 8:30 or 9 o'clock reservation, those can be seated like a half hour or an hour late because they just run behind all night long. Not every night, but often.
So some seats actually have views of the fireworks at Magic Kingdom. Unfortunately, it's not always a guarantee and it can kind of be hard to get.
So those, if you have an 8 o'clock reservation, you may not get seated until 8:30 if you put in a request like that. So if you're trying to see the fireworks, make sure your reservation is plenty of time before the fireworks because people may get a 7 o'clock reservation and hang out until the 9 o'clock fireworks if they have a good seat.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is eating at Ohana like?
Well, as you said, it's family style, and with that, it's also all you can eat. So there is basically a tier system of what they send out to you. So first, it's more of like a welcome with a bread that's usually a sweet bread, and it's really good.
If you want butter, you usually have to ask for it, so just ask. After bread, they'll bring you a mixed greens salad with it's like a honey lime dressing, vinaigrette type dressing. I don't remember it being very strong, but it's there.
Yeah, it was kind of refreshing. It's not something that you want to fill up on, but if you just kind of want to get your palate going, it's just something just to have a little bite of.
And like we said, it's family style, so if you finish the bowl of salad they bring you, just ask for another bowl and they'll bring you another bowl if that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So after salad, where do they go next?
Then it's more like appetizers. So the options they have are pork dumplings, honey coriander chicken wings, as well as broccoli and noodles.
And don't fill up on the appetizers. It can be tempting because they're good, but you want to save room for the main course, which is the meats.
That's the whole strategy with this restaurant. You really want to eat, but then also save room for the really good stuff.
That's right.
And what's that?
So after you finish your appetizers, they will bring you a nice hot towel to wash your hands because you had those chicken wings and you wash your hands. And here comes the fun part. They bring you the meats. They bring you 3 different sauces for you to dip your meats into. There's a peanut sauce, a mustard sauce, and a sweet and sour sauce. The meats usually come out one at a time. And in order, they don't bring you all 4 meats and you pick whatever, they'll bring you 1 meat and then another meat and another meat as they come off the grill.
So to figure out which one you're going to like the best, because it really will depend, usually just grab one or just eat one and figure out which one you want to have more of later instead of filling up on one and realizing, I wish I saved room, I like this one better.
So there are 4 meats that they bring you.
Mm-hmm.
There is a pork tenderloin or a pork loin.
Yeah.
There is a sirloin steak.
Mm-hmm. And there's also grilled chicken and shrimp.
Always feel free to ask for more. They'll bring them on skewers on your plate and they put them on your plate. But if you want more than the 1 or 2 they give, just say, I'd like 3 or 4 of that because that's my favorite one.
Yep.
And they'll give you as many as you want. And remember, it's all you can eat, not just whatever they bring you.
Everyone at the table doesn't need to have the same type of meats. Everyone gets to choose what they like best.
After the meal comes our favorite part of the meal, which is dessert. Dessert at Ohana is
bread pudding.
It is delicious. And they also bring you like a caramel type sauce where that's optional. There's also ice cream on top.
Yes.
They'll bring you another dessert if you want. Also, for those of you with special dietary needs, Ohana, like all Disney restaurants, will go out of their way to make sure they can find you something, whether it's even if it's not on the menu, that is something you can eat. So just ask the waiter and they'll get the chef out there to talk to you.
So we've talked about what you can eat at Ohana. Now let's talk about the atmosphere a little bit.
Ohana is a louder restaurant. Not loud as in you can't hear yourself think, but it's not a very quiet restaurant. There's a lot going on.
One of the reasons is because they have kids' activities going around the restaurant, one of them being a parade, which can be fun for the kids, but it does add a little bit more of a loud atmosphere.
And they give the kids all these loud instruments to shake around, which they love to do, but if you're looking for a quiet, romantic meal, Ohana might not be the place. So how do you get to Ohana? If you're at any Disney park, take the bus back to Magic Kingdom, or the Transportation and Ticket Center, and then hop on the monorail to Disney's Polynesian Resort.
And it's on the second floor.
And I'll be on the floor you get off on the monorail, because the monorail drops you off on the second floor. So what do we think of Ohana? Ashley, what would you give it out of 5 stars?
So everything's subjective. I know everyone has different reviews, but I would probably give it a 3.
I'd probably give it a 3.5. Because we were saying when we went the most recent time that we always have fond memories of Ohana until we get there. And then we remember all the little things that make it not quite what we remember it in our head. It's a good meal. It's a bit on the expensive side for Disney World.
And what you might have seen from our other videos is we always are looking at ways to save. So when we do splurge a little bit on a restaurant, we expect a lot. So the quality of meats aren't quite to the prices that they are, and it is very different each time because it's kind of just on a grill and they just pick them up as they go, so you kind of never know what the meat is going to be like. It might be different each time, which can be a little frustrating.
So what are your thoughts on Ohana? Leave us a comment below.
We'd love to know.
And I guess that's all for us.
I think so. So what does that mean?
It means until next time,
See you real soon!